I'm streaming. Welcome to Let Me Out Productions in the top brass dial. Hey, yeah. What's up, y'all? Ooh. This is my granduncle. His name's James Earl Jones. And then this is me. My name is Kimani Okearah. I am one of maybe 60 or more, probably more, grandnieces and grandnephews of this great actor. So I happen to have a little bit of his face, and yes, I can get my voice pretty low. Although if I try to do Vader, I end up sounding a little bit more like Grover. But there's that one bit from Empire Strikes Back that I can do. But you know, the whole I'm not. Listen, I'm a casual when it comes to Star Wars. Okay, I'm not like a Star Wars super fan. So what is over there? Oh, that's the microphone. Okay. You know what? Let's get you right up close here. Okay. Let me get his face off the screen. Shout out to Barry at APA and a few other folks. And to my Uncle Matt. Listen, I'm here. We're here doing a community wealth oriented television show. The show is called Press Pass. Well, you know what? Let me actually tweet the stream out. Let's. I have a little bit of momentum, I think. I don't know. I never have any momentum. If you're watching the live stream, be sure to. The show is called Press Pass. Yes, I sound good this time. Dope. Okay. Let's talk about it. So, I think for people to understand what's going on here, we have a certain way that intellectual property is transacted on the market that needs to change. And it concerns all of us. It concerns how we translate our labor into value. I'm a cognitive linguist first and foremost, so I research the human behavior in our communication apparatus. More specifically, I research emotional embodiment and how they, in the various impacts different emotional embodiments have on human behavior and how that renders in hormonal patterns, chemical interactions, those sort of thing. So I have been studying a concept called social dominance for a while. I also call it self-righteous prescriptivism. I'm a descriptivist for those who are familiar with the term. But self-righteous prescriptivism is an arbitrary position of power that is created from somebody's need for it. I don't know. I really don't understand. There's not really another way I can put it. So, self-righteous to be prescriptive, aka social dominance behavior. I would like to challenge the social dominance behavior that defines our society and the way labor is transacted by simply adjusting what I know. Past being a cognitive linguist, I'm a producer and a filmmaker and a photojournalist. I've been doing that for 17 years now. Properties of all scales, the largest scale properties that exist to the smallest scale properties that exist. Largest scale being like NBA and The Bachelor, and smallest scale being probably my penny punk rock music videos from back in the day. One of them has almost 2 million views. Does that make me an influencer? I went viral in 2007. YouTube Pioneer viral. Almost 2 million views on that video. Dinosaurs Will Die by NoFX. It should be the top result if you search it. It is their de facto video for that song. Shout out Fat Mike. I want to go work at the Punk Rock Museum, do a little stay there. Okay, so the intellectual property market in show business is particularly dangerous for creators, and it's heavily gate-kept with the way it's currently set up. So I have a franchise. Press Pass, All Access is my intellectual property franchise. It's my personal design and creation. That franchise features a storyworld ecosystem focused on the micro-economies produced by fictional mixed-gender professional sports leagues around the world. This ecosystem, the LMO Structure for Tokenomics, finances each production from the franchise by offering a collaborative audience experience in the story world. So our Genesis series is the first 8 seasons of content from that story world, and that's just Press Pass, or if you want to be technical, it's Press Pass Main, which focuses on the microeconomy produced by the Sacramento Majesty in the Basketball Syndicate of America, which was established in 1939. In Season 1 of Press Pass, our story begins in September of 2012. So, the Basketball Syndicate started in 1939. Our season begins in September of 2012. Guys, I wrote some stuff, and I've written probably even more stuff than I ever wanted to, but the whole point of this is to collaborate on what the hell happened in the Basketball Syndicate of America between 1939 and 2012. And the sports documentary we shoot in the modern era has a story that I've written that is, you think of it all, it's I don't want to, I'd hate pitching using other properties. I think it's tacky, and then also technically they could hit you for trading on their likeness, but I have a lot of respect for Ron Howard, so I want to say it's sort of an Arrested Development style property, mixed with a little bit of traditional Greg Daniels, Michael Schur format, but it's a sports documentary circa early 2010s. Mixed with The Office and the Arrested Development, but everything is Afro-Indigenous in terms of jokes and storytelling. So that if you want to see what that's like, go watch Reservation Dogs on Hulu. Oh my gosh, that show needs, like, every streamer in the country should go watch Reservation Dogs on Hulu. Get your audience in on it and just discuss it. It's a content machine. It's a content machine. You'll discuss every episode like 4 or 5 times. I promise you. It's way, and anyway, we'll get there. Okay, so we're doing season 1 of that Genesis series. We're gonna do 7 to 8 seasons. I'm leaning towards 8. I think the story's best told in an 8-season run, but we'll see, because every season is greenlit by y'all doing this. We are financing through audience experience, and I'm not selling the Press Pass All Access franchise to the market. I'm selling Season 1 of Press Pass to the market via 10% of the IP. Now, I've devised an entirely new way of defining and transacting labor. It's not new, it's sort of ancient, but what I've done is I took my Season 1 of Press Pass. Now think of it in terms of things that I own, right? I created the franchise, the entire block of potential storytelling related to Season 1 of Press Pass. Anything that I put out, it's the entire block of potential storytelling related to my initial idea. And that has very strict parameters. I've already said it's, fictional mixed-gender professional sports leagues around the world. So that's pretty narrow, okay? That's pretty narrow purview. Frankly, there's not enough mixed-gender professional sports leagues anywhere in the world for there to already be a content stream about this. So now we have that. That's now the franchise. Season 1 of Press Pass is one asset that we're producing out of the franchise. So there's 2 different properties that I own. The franchise, and then a micro property called Season 1 of Press Pass, which is 24 episodes of the main series. The first 24 episodes of the main series. So that package of episodes is produced as a package and sold as a package via distribution rights. So that is instead of it being one property, like this brush that I own, this is one thing, it's now a puzzle. In fact, I have a prop. Yeah, good for me, props and everything. It's now a puzzle, okay? So, instead of it being one thing, I mean, yeah, this is in a box, but I'm selling 10% of these pieces to you guys, everybody out there. You get 10% of the puzzle is available to collaborate in. Now, normally, there's 0% of the puzzle. So that's a healthy and sustainable adjustment for what we're looking to do and what our industry is built to handle. So we have exclusive collaborations in a television show where you create a character in the sports documentary world. You role-play the character to life in this super fun tabletop role-playing game. And believe you me, all you Dimension 20, Critical Role, I got y'all, okay? I got y'all. Just let me finish up the teams for 1939. Buy characters in the meantime. That keeps me going. This is not a streaming interface, guys. This is a temporary table set up with an air mattress, and I put a blanket on that thing back there because I'm in a storage unit right now, okay? I launched this over 2 years ago, and I'll tell the story on another time, but it was a dirty market. There were things involved mistakes I made with personnel. I put people in key roles that God bless them, I idealized the results from them, and they did not show any inclination of ever getting those results done or professionally handled. So it's honestly, we're in a weird time. But yeah, we had the what I'm about to talk about. I went into the area with a prospect of $13 million across from this IP. So it was healthily evaluated in a 3-month vetting process by this big firm out of Singapore. So that's what got us started, and I know what I've built. And what I've built is product sustainable socialism. So everything I'm talking about can be applied to every sector of the economy, okay? We all produce, no matter what job you have, you're producing you're either in products, the manufacture, maintenance, or sale, you're in services, or you're in experiences. All three of those things, when defined under a brand, that brand is now a property. And then my proposal is that let's adjust, even at that brand level, and turn that into a puzzle. So Let Me Out Productions, our brand. Let's go to the website here. That's actually what I call a scalable intellectual property puzzle. So the brand itself is a puzzle with 500,000 pieces. My labor is adequately represented by my impact to the puzzle, which is 23.6% of the pieces belong to me. That's my impact in creating the brand and founding the collective. Our co-founders are at 19% each, and we have founding regents and founding advisors that make up the core team. All the way to 84% of the puzzle is spoken for by our core team, which leaves 16% of the puzzle pieces available to community consumers to join our collective with literal property ownership in the brand. Now, I always get questioned on this, we want to make sure that you guys understand that collaborative property is fundamentally different than investment contracts. Let Me Out Productions is a privately held company, but if we were to ever be publicly traded, the branding puzzle is a product that we offer. That is a product that governs our quality assurance for the brand, but it is a product that we sell. So when you buy a piece of the brand, you're not buying a share in the company. You're not investing into Let Me Out Productions. There's no inherent promise or guarantee or financial relationship that suggests that piece that you purchase needs to be worth more money tomorrow. Okay? If you're looking for that sort of relationship, then you buy an investment contract off a designated contract marketplace called a DCM. This company ownership tokens in Let Me Out Productions are not investment contracts. These are pieces of a self-sustainable branding puzzle. So even if the company itself died, which God forbid, we want to be here for just match the longevity of what comes before me and my family. I'll put it that way. So these are the puzzle pieces here. You can actually see a couple of them on stream next to my face over here. And when you buy a puzzle piece, $135, now you are a part owner of the Let Me Out Productions community brand. These have 15 different fits in the puzzle. I didn't come on here to talk about these puzzles, but I want to give people an adequate idea of what happens when you purchase collaborative property. You are purchasing a piece of collaborative property. This piece has 15 different fits. It probably has more than that now, but it's got 15 different fits. One of the fits is the development relationship. You have access to all of our development resources and tools to build your own scalable intellectual property puzzles like PressPass. So we also provide direct one-on-one support at a rate of 2 meetings at 3 hours apiece each month for as long as you have one of these puzzle pieces. And even if it's not Let Me Out Productions that facilitates that, the puzzle pieces holders themselves can facilitate the system. And that's done through an interface called Top Brass DAO, which I'll show you guys real quick. It's pretty cool stuff. In fact, why don't I get you guys the invite? Let's get everybody, because it's not like you can do anything in here without, there we go. There you go, it's in chat now. You can't do anything in here without buying the puzzle pieces. The puzzle pieces fit into this interface. And so I have, you're seeing the entire thing, because I'm the, I'm admin, but, where are we at here? We got project. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So when you, for example, the show we're talking about, PressPass, you buy your ticket, you can actually go to this interface and register your character on this interface. And then within, I'm usually pretty quick about it, but it's just me right now, so I'm giving myself a 96-hour window to get people's characters up on the wiki. Once you guys have registered enough characters for me to get the first team hired, this moves like that. That's about 200,000 in volume for the big money out there. 600,000 gets the entire phase 1 off the ground, and then 1.5 million is our full writer's room covered, which means that the entire slate of the season can be written, episodes in hand. Can't wait. Now, if we get there organically, which is the idea, that's the idea. But even with an executive producer with a big property purchase, the writers are tasked to use the lore that we create as a community. So I would like to get ahead of our writer's room pretty significantly, but with about 3 or 4 months of lore generation from the community before our writer's room gets together. But even as fast as this is moving, that's how it's set up. So, y'all, this is ready. It's fun. If you're used to Discord, we also have the same setup on Discord. Don't get scared. I have access to literally every channel as the main guy, but, well, I don't like saying that, the main guy. Ugh. The founder. That sounds the same. Oh, here we go. PressPass Season 1, the second panel down, we have character registration. Okay? So these are characters that come from the community. You know what? Let me post my stream to Rarball. Let's do that. Am I the one person watching now? Okay, so yeah, if you want to join the brand, grab a piece of the branding. You can actually make your own piece of the branding. That's why there's only 350 pieces of the 80,000 that will eventually be in here. because we're all doing this together. Everything that we do in Let Me Out Productions is something that we do together, including the company branding. Now, the show Press Pass. By the way, everybody, I built this on blockchain. This is what blockchain is for. You'll see here, I created this project. Actually, let's open that up. This is a March 2021, but both company ownership tokens and Press Pass Season 1. Because I've been building on blockchain since December 2020, researching, building, applying myself, and then in April 2021, the Bored Apes came along. Okay, and you guys all think of NFTs as this, and that's inappropriate. I really do feel like having people that came along later, and that's quite a bit of money they've made. That's quite a bit of Ethereum. But having folks come along later and do these 10K cartoon cult things, blasting my community wealth ecosystem to the side, and then everybody now thinks that that's what I'm doing. That can't keep continuing, can it? Like, that's ridiculous. When I started this process, I wasn't in a storage unit. I was in an apartment. Now, that apartment was spitting mold through the ceiling, and it was eating my hands alive. So I left that situation, and now I'm in this situation. And I was grateful to get out of that situation, but also I need to get out of this situation. You feel me? So I want y'all to just buy these memes, register characters. Let's start role-playing the canon together. Okay, so Season 1 of Press Pass, aka Press Pass Here We Stick, welcomes all storytellers to collect a meme of production, a piece of the scalable intellectual property puzzle that allows the owner to create a permanently monetized character in the deep 73-year lore of the Basketball Syndicate of America. This project is the flagship demonstration of the economic model established in March of 2021, titled Scalable Intellectual Property Puzzles on the LMO Structure for Tokenomics. This is the NFT use case powering the production of Season 1 by offering equity-backed collaborative audience experience across from each edition of each piece, forming a scalable intellectual property puzzle. Interested collaborators may collect any amount of version 1 or version 2 collectibles to welcome themselves into this exclusive collaborative relationship with the showrunner and the primary platform of Let Me Out Productions. Each collectible is backed by a small equity assignment in Season 1 through the limited deed of assignment to the intellectual property asset defined as Press Pass Season 1. The equity assignment is specifically in the asset known and defined as Press Pass Season 1, not the Press Pass All Access franchise. All rights described and contained within the deed are guaranteed and facilitated by the Top Brass DAO. You saw that here, which holders gain access to participate in. I didn't finish this? Oh no! See, this is why I said live updates, because I'm proofreading. Let's get that. Okay, alright, so there we go. For each token edition in Season 1 held in either version 1 or version 2, collaborators may identify as... sorry, I may as well tell you guys, I'm super disabled, and I go through a lot because of it. This is a morbid disability. I was born on crack cocaine in 1989, and you can see I literally have a misshapen... Well, the shaping ain't bothersome to me. I'm cut from here to here. I'm cut from here to here. Got a gnarly one right there. Got one over here. It's actually a stab. Yeah, when people know you're vulnerable here, that's where they tend to go to when they want to bully you and beat you up. So, and I think you guys do the same thing in the economy with the economic behavior that's always demonstrated by everybody. You know, I'm just out here looking to survive, you know? Trying to collaborate on survival, collaborate on meaning, but let's also collaborate on getting you guys in a really good market position, same as me. All right, so you buy a meme, you identify as a lore producer or any of these titles, lore wrangler, lore master. Lore master is a lot like dungeon master and Dungeons and Dragons. In our situation, it's the same thing. You're setting up the story for an entire season of story beads for one of our fictional teams. So the task is lore master is, okay, I'm the lore master for the 1939 Calgary Mounted Elbow. That's one of our teams. The Calgary Mounted Elbow. Yeah, okay. So love that team name, by the way. If you're from Calgary, you'll know that it was close to home. So lore master would set up 20 different story beads for the Calgary Mounted Elbow in the 1939 year of happenstance in Calgary around this basketball team. The story beads don't have to do with basketball at all. They can be local things, local points of history. You know, what we're trying to do is set up as many interactive elements in the story as possible for these characters to come in, have a great time memeing, creating, trolling, and then everything that happens is canon. Now, once everything has been decided in a lore chapter, which is carried out over 2 weeks. 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks, 7 parties. Each party is 4 hours max. That covers an entire fictional team's season of basketball. And we're just going to pump this out once we get going. Once this happens, this is going to be something anybody can tune into. It's going to be like a League of Legends game, okay? You can just buy a ticket. There's going to be register a character in an upcoming lore chapter, and go in, role play, contribute, fight the fight, and try to create canon that you can meme around. Lore wranglers are DMs, but for like one of the story beads in the lore chapter. So ideally speaking, you have one lore master, and then hopefully about at least 5 lore wranglers for each chapter. You can accommodate 20, but 5. And there you go. So you buy a ticket. That ticket creates one character in the 73-year lore of the Basketball Syndicate of America. This is the Season 1 ticket. One character per edition. Each edition may register a character only once. So if you sell that ticket to somebody else after you're done with it, they can't use that specific and exact edition to register a new character, and nobody can ever again. It's all tracked by this wonderful technology called blockchain. So we can actually set rules on ticket resale that limit what they can be used for in an application to our system in the future. So the characters' creations happen one time, and you can register, your ticket will also register that character or another one of your characters to a lore chapter, which is one season of Bisafé history for one team. The Basketball Syndicate of America shorthand is Bisafé, because I'm a cognitive linguist and that's funny. So y'all are going to have to say Bisafé. Only 288 characters may register to any individual lore chapter. So there you go. It's actually a really small event. When you add up the numbers, there's 288 people per lore chapter, 20 story beads that handle 12 to 16 players at a time. So when you're in a group of 12 to 16, be it on Toucan or maybe Discord or whatever have you, we encourage people to use our partner Toucan. But if it can run on a Twitter space. You know what I'm saying? You can do a story beat on a Twitter space. And if that's how you as lore wrangler or lore master want to handle it, or if you're a content creator and you've purchased up a chapter for your entire audience to make characters and meme the role play in, you guys can work out what the best interface is going to be for you. But we have an interface that is literally working directly with us for this experience. So keep that in mind. And that interface is toucan.event. Shout out Antonia. So you create or claim one character in the 73-year lore of the Basketball Syndicate of America. You register one of your characters to a lore chapter. So each ticket is one registration. If you want to register for the next season after, you have to buy a new ticket. So that's why I say for the people that are like, should I get more than one? Get 7. Get 7 to start, because by the time you get 7 seasons into it, you're going to know you love it, or you're going to know you hate it. All right, so that's 7 2-week periods that you can include your character in. Or maybe you don't like the way 1939 is going for your character, and you say, well, I'm going to create a new character for 1940. Or you want to hold off till we get to the 70s. So you grab you play 1939, you play 1939, 1940, you play 1940, 41, and you say, okay, that was good. I got 3 years of lore with this character. I'm going to wait till they're in the 70s and register a new character. I'll just hold on to these tickets until then. Great. It's your property. You can do with them what you want. If you want to buy them and sell them to somebody else, you can do that. If you want to buy them and hold on to them for as long as you just have them in your back pocket so you can use them when you want. If you want to line up 7 seasons, 1939, 39, 40, 40, 41, etc., all the way to, 1946? Yeah. You can do that. It's encouraged. Line them up. So put a character in 1939, and by the time they get to 1946, they might reach one of their level caps. That'd be pretty incredible. Our leveling system is so fun, but you will have to play about 10 to 15 seasons with your character, I believe, to fully level out a character. So, yeah. Now, you create a character, you registered to 1 season of history, and then after you roleplay, you get to create 1 meme from that season of history. The meme, if you have 24 tickets or less, the meme is up to 7 seconds in length. If you have 25 tickets or more, then they could submit up to a 5-minute piece. Now, if you have 25 pieces, there's a few things that you've unlocked. You can let other people play with your property for free. My favorite package is buy 25, get 4 of your friends in on it, each of you create a character. Or if one of them, even better, get 20 of the version 1s and 5 version 2s. You claim a player or a coach, and then have your friends register as ecosystem professionals and fans, and then troll some lore up in the team. You'll each have 5 seasons, and you'll each have 5 memes. Now the memes, you can put them all in from 1 season. There's no restrictions on that. I will say, to give your character better presence through the story world, try to space that out. Now, if you have 5 friends in on it, and you each have 5 characters, and each character has 5 seasons and 5 memes, those memes can be 5 minutes long. Guys, you as a lore master, that's what we call you when you have 25 pieces. You just purchased a mini-series in the lore, guys. It's like $400. You just purchased 25 5-minute episodes of your own content series with your friends. In this official IP. Now, here's what we do with the memes after you create them. Now, they go through a community vetting process via the Top Brass DAO in our Discord. Once approved, they can be kicked back to you because we're making a show that's appropriate for ages 11 and up. Now, my rules on that are pretty loose. I don't care if you agree with me or not. Swearing's bullshit. All right, there's gonna be words that make you uncomfortable, and like making up universal rules about it is just hella stupid. And I don't know why we still follow these universal rules, because a lot of them happened centuries ago, and they never made any sense to begin with. So swearing is open format. Swear up all you want. Now, in every lore chapter, the first meeting is you do a quick little 5 to 10 minute rundown on the quality standards of the memes that everybody wants. So if the quality standards, again, it's community governance. So if you guys say, we're going to bleep out swearing in this lore chapter, that's okay. Bleep out the swearing in the lore chapter. We'll use that material as it is in the show. I personally don't have a problem with people dropping F-bombs and all that. Kids doing it, a little trickier, but hey, Hollywood does it all the time. So you create a meme. That meme is now available in the Sports Documentary Archive for Press Pass Season 1. If we use the meme in an episode, there's a $1,500 bounty that's across from each meme that's used in an episode, and we anticipate using about, you guys have 10% of the show, so 10% of each episode at least should be memes. About 3 minutes of each episode should be memes. At 7 seconds a meme, we can fit a lot of y'all in there. That's a lot of sports documentary flashbacks. All right, it'll be a really fun, kind of engaging, modern experience to watch too for all you TikTok doom scrollers, because that's a really great way for us to get a lot of dynamic, interesting content in one episode. So 3 minutes worth of memes, and every meme that's used is across from a use bounty of $1,500 or more, depending on our success as a show as we get there. If we can afford to increase the use bounties, we will. But the minimum for use in an episode is $1,500, and the most you can get out of that bounty is $1,475. I don't want to be under any illusions here. We always do a kickback to charity. So, but the minimum you can get out of the bounty is $110. How much was the ticket again? Oh, $18 to film a meme in a sports documentary. If you get used in an episode, is $110. Wow, go buy this. The fuck? All right, here. Go to salmonwallet.io. Okay. Are we listed as partners? No, but we should be. Okay. You go to Access Web Wallet. Now, for me, it's going to bring up. Yeah, I have an auto login for this bad boy. But you go to Access Web Wallet. You know, I'll do it in a new private window so I can show you guys. Now, this app.salmonwallet.io. Okay, this is a intellectual property license / wallet. So a license is what you use to register your affiliation with something, be it a skill like driver's license, or some sort of certificate of ownership. The license is a unique identifier that belongs to you and you alone. So when I don't mind logging in here. So here, this is our LMO Salmon number 1, right? This code up here, it's much longer than this, but this is the unique identifier. So if I'll put it into the, there you go. That's the unique identifier there for the Salmon wallet on this particular blockchain, which is what? Yeah, I love that. I love that it logs you out as soon as you leave the thing. So here's our Ethereum address. Everything we do is on the Ethereum blockchain or a layer 2 on Ethereum. So this is the address that is relevant to your intellectual property on Press Pass Season 1. So you go to your Salmon wallet, you hit copy to clipboard, okay? I'll just post it here. There's no shame in anybody having this information. The most they can do is send you intellectual property. So now you got to be careful with some of the ways that they send you that, but that's the intellectual property license for LMO Salmon number 1. So I could receive property here. Not only do I receive property here, but if I went and created market value with the property that I own, that market value would also be sent here. Now here, I'll just send this to my PayPal, sell it as cash, get taxed as income tax, and I have a new revenue stream from making memes in a sports documentary. Okay. So Salmon Wallet's great. It's all in browser if you want it to be, so you don't have to download a browser extension or some sort of program. It's all in browser if you want it to be. Now, when you sign up for it, it's going to bring you through 3 panels. Welcome to Salmon, your all-in-one and open source wallet for the crypto space. Don't be scared of crypto. It just means encrypted. That's all it means. A blockchain is a chain of blocks. A block is a multi-layered transaction, sometimes with hundreds of thousands of layers of transactions recorded in one block at a specific time by a decentralized group of notaries that we pay them to register that information. Now, the notion that it's environmentally dangerous is completely false. Every transaction we put through on Ethereum specifically uses 1/100th to 1/1000th the carbon footprint of a PayPal transaction. So I just need people to stop transacting in social dominance behavior, especially if you didn't do the research yourself. If you're watching an influencer say that they hate NFTs or all that stuff, they are training you to transact in social dominance behavior when they didn't do the research themselves. They're just watching Logan Paul fuck around over a year and a half after people like me have built actual stuff. Okay? So get yourself involved. Go to salmonwallet.io. When you come to this space, you'll hit create new wallet. You'll hit the first panel, you'll hit the second panel, and then the third panel, it'll give you a seed phrase. Now, I'm not going to do that because I don't want a new wallet. But on your seed phrase, that's going to be 12 to 24 words in precise spelling and a precise order. When you get that phrase, make sure you physically write it down on a piece of paper. And then if you're on a phone or something, make sure you screenshot it and then stick that screenshot in cold storage somewhere, an old hard drive, maybe an old email account nobody else has access to because it's never been hacked, like your old Yahoo or something. Now, Yahoo deletes stuff after a while, but like a Proton Mail account. You can go make a Proton Mail account. Stick your seed phrase in the drafts. Don't send it, but stick it in the drafts of your Proton Mail account. Memorize the account details for the Proton Mail account. That way you don't have to memorize all 24 words if you're bad at that like I am. Or if you have like 20 wallets like some of us have. I don't have 20. I have got more than one, though. So even 24 words is a lot for me. And then if you add, the company wallet, my personal wallet, an art collective wallet, the Top Brass Down wallet, all these, it gets out of hand really quickly. So I like to just have safe storage methods for this information because it really is the combination to your safe. So don't trust your memory with that. Your memory is fallible. Write it down in a comp book or something, and then make sure you have a digital copy in cold storage somewhere, so that way you're backed up. Because you don't want to make a meme. That meme goes and sells out the merchandise editions. Every meme that you guys make is sold as official Press Pass merchandise and has 1,000 editions. The minimum price we sell it for is $5, but you can pick any price over that. So if you're out there making your 25 5-minute scenes in 1970s St. Paul, Minnesota, around the basketball team called the Youpers that we have there, one that's going to be super popular because I think they were pretty good in the 70s. Look at me. Guys remembering things in sports. So, the Youpers... By the way, the entire league history, we already did that. The early adopters got to decide all of that all through summer of 2022. So we only had a very small community, but we had to do something to keep engaged and keep things moving. So we role-played... not the individual characters of the lore, but we role-played the entire history of the Basketball Syndicate of America. So we know we know which specific teams were in what specific playoff seedings, which teams won the championship, etc. We don't know why. We have no idea what players were involved, what coaches were involved in these wins and losses, the good teams, the bad teams, etc. That's for us to decide. That's for you to decide. So if there's a team that only won 20 games one season, and it's because you sat courtside with onion breath as a notable fan, now think of that. Think of that in a sports doc. They cut to you in a sports documentary. Oh yeah, no, I had onion rings before every game. That's such an Asmongold thing. I had onion rings before every game. And the star player would just run by and catch a whiff of my breath, and they'd immediately keel over. They'd immediately clutch their stomach and fall over, and then the other team would score. That's why we only won 30 games that season. Stop! Sorry, come on! That belongs in a sports documentary. I want the onion breath thing to be like a recurring meme for the reason why people lost, because that does sound terrible, does it not? Running a little too close to the sideline there. And that fan stands up and is screaming, and you're panting as hard as you can because you're busting ass, and then you catch that hot, moist, just cloud right in your face of stench. You immediately keel over as a player. Now imagine that that moment being described in a sports documentary, and now you get the vibe of what we're doing. Okay, ages 11 and up humor, and that can be. We're starting in 1939, so we are going to be going through World War II. We're going through that history. We're going to be canonizing fictional basketball in America during the backdrop of World War II for the next 5 lore parties, which would take about 3 months once we launch to get those 5 lore parties across. So, 5 lore chapters across. Ultimately, there's going to be 73 lore chapters on this slog. So that might take 2.5 years to get through. I have a feeling that once this gets going and once we have content creators all making memes and all trading in digital collectibles and earning market positions from a shared IP, that we're going to max out really quickly. I think there's only going to be about 20 to 30,000 people playing this. I don't think there's going to be, and I think a lot of those people are going to be sponsored by bigger holders of the property, because that's really where we can maximize the market position of everybody. So Charlie, Austinox, Hassan, Maya Higa. Oh, okay, I have to comment. Maya Higa, that's her name, right? The animal girl? I'm asexual for those that so there's no sleaze in what I'm saying. Very pretty, good-looking person, right? Maya Higa. Somebody in a comment stream said that she looked like Golem with makeup on, and that was the meanest thing I've ever seen, because it was so accurate, but it's not like a mean thing. She didn't look like Golem in a mean way. Like, she just kind of looks like a Hobbit cousin, but it's not like a bad thing. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It was just one of the meanest comments I've ever seen, because I immediately agreed with it. And they were trying to be mean, but I'm like, dang, now she does look like Golem a little bit. Not in a bad way. How do you look like Golem but not in a bad way? She does. All right, now I look like Franklin the Turtle and Muppet Pirate, or a live-action Digimon character or something. So open format, roast me as much as you want. Don't matter to me. Kai Cenat, I've recently been watching him because basically the young black kids got they got a whole language I don't understand. I'm 33 years old. They got a whole language I'm not familiar with. What the hell does munch mean? I don't know what that means. I still can't figure it out. Is it the type of gum that they chew? I'm confused. But yeah, get yourself a salmon wallet. Then go to the Press Pass version 1 link. The version 1 will get you a notable fan or an ecosystem professional. Now, we have generators for these things, but you can also just make them up. That's hilarious. That's the Syndicate player generator. I'll post the links here. Actually, the generators are all on the same link. So, there you go. Okay, so there you are. So the two on the right here, you buy a ticket for $18. You can go to here and you say, well, okay, I'm gonna be a 37-year-old nun. I work for the lore chapter team, so let's just say it's the 1939 Chicago Red Beans. My alignment's harmonious good. I'm driven by the fear of missing out, with the professional goal of finally achieving financial literacy, and I look like a demon succubus from an anime. So that's interesting. I save all of these for folks to use. So there you go. If you want to be a 37-year-old nun that works for the 1939 Chicago Red Beans, driven by FOMO, and with the professional goal of finally achieving financial literacy, with a harmonious good alignment, put that person in a professional sports role play. See what kind of canon they create, and then find a moment in the canon that's worth including your character in the sports documentary. I personally now I'm more troll humor oriented, so this is like a very serious character. This is the character that I think you take on this journey to actually like do some inner work for yourself. But yeah, there you go. 52-year-old scout, authentic formal, work for a local college or university, character driven by positivity with a professional goal of mastering the team element. Oh, that's right. Every team, guys, has a basketball god and a team element. Because I know my role players. We need some mystical stuff. Let's check out Henry Corker. Is there for Richard McConkey of the Tri-Channel. I love the Tri-Channel. Y'all are the best. If you end up watching this, register your characters because it helps me out. I make sales of those memes. I can get myself out of the storage unit here and like really quickly if we can get the internet behind this, y'all. Not to mention, I got other problems too. My foster dad, he needs new corneas. We can't afford that. We're in America. It's not covered by anything. So he needs to go to Switzerland or Israel and get his corneas replaced because he's had glaucoma that's been bothering him for like 15 years. And he's already had a number of eye surgeries. So all of this is pre-budgeted into what we have going on. Not the eye surgery specifically. I'm saying like out of my showrunner salary from this body of content, that's all part of the plan. So yeah, so Henry Abbott Corker plays for the Pittsburgh Gridlock. He's the emergency power forward. That means he's third string. He's originally from England, and he likes to be called H.A. Corker. There's the Pittsburgh Gridlock's team logo. Their basketball god is Ares, and their power element is Mania. Mania. So y'all can figure out what that means within the Pittsburgh Gridlock and the Bay Area Traffic and the East Bay Gridlock lore chapter. They would start off as the Pittsburgh Gridlock. They eventually moved to Oakland, California, and become the East Bay Gridlock in the early 60s. And then in the 90s, they moved to San Francisco, and they become the Bay Area Traffic. So the Gridlock/Traffic are available to roleplay in and create the history. Why did they move from Pittsburgh to Oakland? I don't even know. You guys figure that out. It just happens in 1963, so you guys figure it out. Plant some seeds early and work together to cultivate the big shifts of the story cement that I've poured, and then figure out all the other fun stuff, and then bring it into life by making memes. Now, the memes all go on a marketplace just like this. And people can go watch them. You guys can go stream them. Now, if you're a big streamer, we have a streaming agreement. But if you're a small streamer, you just want to go to a meme marketplace and like meme stuff and watch the memes and enjoy the lore that we're all coming up with together, that's fine, guys. This is what we're here to do. Community wealth ecosystem. So I forget the exact number, or it's because I don't think I have a number on it. I'm not like Wizards of the Coast. But basically, if the community feels that you're a big enough streamer to pay the streaming agreement for the memes, then just pay the streaming agreement. It's a revenue stream for the show. If the community feels you're a small streamer, I don't know what that's going to be, but yeah, you guys can go watch this stuff for free.
Hardcastle.net, I'm Kimani Okearah with Hardcastle.net, and I'm very excited to be covering professional basketball for the first time in my photojournalist career.
Welcome to Lens Face. I'm your host, Kimani Okearah, and I am done with this shit. Bye.
Let's watch it one more time.
I'm Kimani Okearah with hardcastle.net, and I'm very excited to be covering professional basketball for the first time in my photojournalist career.
Welcome to Lens Face. I'm your host, Kimani Okearah, and I am done with this shit. Bye.
Okay, so I really was a pro basketball photojournalist, and I really did produce a meme series from 2016. This says February 7th, 2017, but the original was uploaded on Twitter on September 30th, 2016 is when that media day was, and I uploaded it that same day. And I did this for 5 years. Okay, I memed myself as the worst insider influencer in pro basketball because I covered the worst team in pro basketball, and I thought, as a cognitive linguist, it was super funny to make content that was just as bad as the team I covered, as sort of like this bathos mock epic kind of thing, like this Don Quixote kind of story. And it has aged incredibly well. I'll put this link in chat as well. I'm really proud of this body of work. But yeah.
On my way to the Sacramento Kings Media Day, checking out the new office. Oh my gosh, I love this look though. This is a terrific look for this character. I'm here with the Cowbell Kingdom team.
Here it is. Terrific look for this character. What a prescient line to include in the first episode of this. So, been memeing myself into sports documentary lore for a long time. I'm sort of the expert at it, if you could say. The sports documentary we're making is barely about this guy. Barely about Lens Face. I actually don't want to give the narrative away at all any more than I have, because I was already uncomfortable talking about the main narrative. I want it to be one of those shows where people really go in to have their... with no expectations almost. I personally enjoy that viewing experience the most, is when I don't know anything about the show. So Reservation Dogs, one of my favorite shows on right now, was that experience. I didn't know anything about the show. I just know it was my native cousins there. I'm Caw Nation, by the way, via my biological mom and my biological grandma. Her mother on her mom's side, not the same relative she shares with James Earl Jones, but her mother on her mom's side was full-blooded Caw Nation. And James Earl Jones' side of the family, his dad, Robert Earl Jones, I believe his mom, so James' granny and my granny's granny, through Robert Earl Jones, she was half or mostly Cherokee herself. So I believe Robert Earl's brother's name was Brian, and I believe Granny is Brian's daughter. So Brian and Robert Earl had the same mom, and that mother was, I think, half Cherokee. I don't know. I just know what was told to me. So, anyway, proof of concept. I memed the Lens Face character to life, and I put myself in a meme here as a career bookend. I cast a younger person to play me in the meme. He won't be me in the show, because that was 2 years ago, and age is a fickle thing in showbiz. But, yeah, so I just bookended my career from my rookie season in 2012 all the way to my moment of retirement in May of 2021. Incidentally, the day I retired was also the day... It might have been the next day. Who's that one? Okay, Miggsy's got a character in 2 seasons. Cool. Yeah, May 18th, 2021 at 9 p.m. I'm pretty sure I retired. When did was it the 16th? This was a couple of days after, I believe. Anyway, I retired from some BS. And I won't get into that. I also won't get into the dirty market of why we haven't sold very many of these. I mean, we sold a lot. But a lot of these folks haven't actually registered their characters yet. In fact, well, I need to get... Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. There's people here that I have to follow up on today and get their characters registered. Michael Manning, Johnny Kaplan. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, stop. Oh, we're going to be busy. We're going to be busy. Michael. See, Michael's a guy who's going to immediately make memes. He'll understand. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got good support. I'm pretty happy with this. Yep. Super support here. Let's go. I have to like literally reach out and to all these folks and make sure that they're using the property correctly, because that's something that I have gotten lost in the build and haven't taken time to do. Let's just do it now. Okay. You buy 1, or buy 7, or buy 25. Those are the packages that I suggest you look into. One is 1 character, 1 season, 1 meme in the archive. $18 is a flyer. See if you like it. The more we sell, the faster we can build into an actual lore game experience. But I'll say every 16 people that we have register in a lore chapter can actually roleplay a story beat into canon. They can start the process right then and there. Everybody else that comes after has to yes and that material as we go back through the season. But it's not a big deal to go back through a few times while we're in the early adopter phase. So if we even take a few months just to get the branding established and the process of how to do the lore game established, that's perfect. You buy the meme, you go to the Discord to verify your property, because that's the way that we have it here. You join Discord, you verify your assets, and now you're plugged into Discord. If you don't like Discord, I know a lot of people don't like Discord, then you just go to your the Top Brass DAO, and you can manage everything through Top Brass DAO. You never have to go visit Discord again. I'm still working on getting the property verification to work on this interface. There's some hiccups there in terms of the way it's interacting. But if you plug in here with your Discord roles after you verify your property, everything works perfect. And also, we like the Discord anyway, just because it's like super modern email. You know, it's like it's like Zoom mixed with it's. I like Discord a lot. I think it's a very useful software. But either you're not locked into Discord, you're not, and we'll have it on Top Brass DAO. And I'm looking into maybe doing it on Reddit too, because frankly, it's not that big of a deal to do it on Reddit. It just isn't. We can do the same things, character registrations, everything. So I feel like we'll be in a really nice position of success if we start looking on getting it over on Reddit. So you buy the meme. $17, but if you want to buy more than one, you go down to just put one of these packages in your cart and then just type in the number. In fact, I have it here. Okay. So here's one, right? And then you say send, if you're logged in with your Salmon wallet to this interface, which you do by doing Wallet Connect, you can do it that way. But you can also just send me PayPal. It's paypal.me/thecomonsta. Do a markup because I got to pay the registration fee. And I say usually to try to do a $15 markup, because the registration fees can get up to 15. Sometimes they're $6, sometimes they're $15. But either way, you're helping a disabled creator. So just mark that up to $30 and send me $30 to paypal.me/thecomonsta. And then also send me via Twitter DM or in your, I prefer a separate DM identifying, hey, I sent you this money on PayPal, here's my wallet address, and then I'll go buy it for you. I'll send it to your Salmon wallet. It's going to be in your Salmon wallet. And then on the actual official canon, as soon as you get your character registered, okay, so you have a form that you fill out. Name, role, subclass, profession, age and chapter, date of birth, modern country of origin, career goal. Coaches have a sideline fashion. Everybody has an alignment from a custom alignment chart that I made. Favorite food, favorite color, favorite animal. A catchphrase or motto they invented for coaches. On-court habit. Piece of trivia. Has a fear of, unusual hobby, pop culture interest, and a love interest. So you can fill this out, or you can have AI do it. It's always fun because it's role play. So if you have AI come up with their character's background with all these parameters, you're going to have a fun time because it's going to be a challenge to you. And then we have our character tree. This is how our combat system works. There's 3 branches, and each branch has a certain amount of levels to them. So here's Clout Branch, and you can see Aaron Pooh Kellogg, my guy here. He's got level 3 Legacy, level 2 Panache, level 5 Savvy. Now, did I not get all the branches here? Oops. Alright, well, and then there's the skill branch, then there's the Zesian branch. So each branch has 20 facets, and you can level each facet up to a level cap of 77 levels. 2 of the facets can level up to 99, and 4 of the facets can level up to 99, and the 2 of those 4 can level up to 121, and that's how you become a superstar in any of these. Our combat system is really easy and intuitive. When you're going through the sports documentary lore, you and up to 15 other characters are going to be focused on a story in a story bead. Let's give you an example of what that looks like. I'm the lore master for the Boston Potatoes, by the way. So if you want to join in 1939, make a character, and start generating the lore for the Boston Potatoes, I think that's a good entry point for you. Story beads. The fry cooks of Boston go on a 2-month strike, okay? So let's pretend that my character, Aaron Pooh Kellogg, and then my buddy Rar's character, Carrie Ergen Strong, are in some sort of argument about the fry cooks on strike. And maybe Carrie agrees with the strike, and Aaron Pooh, that filthy animal, is a strike breaker. He's saying, dang it, I want my fries. These guys get paid a fair wage at 23 cents an hour. Why can't I get my fries? And Carrie says, I don't think you should get your fries because you sound entitled, and I'm in solidarity with the workers. And then Aaron Pooh Kellogg says, you know what? No. I'm gonna go petition the mayor and get the fry cooks back on, and we're gonna put a mayoral ordinance on the city to get the fry cooks back to work. And Carrie says, well, you know what? I'm gonna stop you from I don't think that should happen. Conflict interaction. So, Carrie and Aaron Pooh Kellogg are now in a conflict, and we have to go into the combat system. The other people in the story bead that witness the conflict vote. It's a little gamepad, so it's actually really quick. They vote via icon selection which facet they think the conflict is based on. So, the most votes wins the fulcrum facet, and then we roll our level in the fulcrum facet. So if I'm leveled, let's say it's an influence and clout, okay? So let's say I'm leveled 15 influence and Carrie's level 11. Carrie rolls a 1 through 11, I roll a 1 to 15. I could still roll a 3 and he could roll a 7, and he wins the interaction, and we're not going to petition the mayor to get the cooks off strike. If I get a 14 and and even if he gets his 11, I win. I outlevel him, so we're gonna go petition the mayor to get the fry cooks back on strike. Now there could be somebody. What if you could register the mayor character? All right, now we got to go find you and petition you to get the fry cooks back on strike. And now you have to, if you have an opposing viewpoint, it's another conflict interaction. So this is how the decision making in the lore is shaped. And these conflict interactions are super fun because we've introduced a system called vouching, where up to 4 other characters can vouch for either side. So in the story bead, you have 16 people total, 2 players in the conflict interaction. Well, actually, you could have 3 players in the conflict interaction. Actually, you have up to 5 different factions in the conflict interaction. There's could be 5 different ways the story could go. If there's 5 different paths of outcome, then there's 5 different characters that are debating over which outcome the story is going to take. And any character not directly involved in the conflict interaction can vouch for another. Now, the vouching has to be done before voting, so we don't know what the fulcrum facet is. And the people who vouch don't get to vote on the fulcrum facet. So if you vouch, you don't know what you're vouching in yet. You just want the story to go that way. So you're adding your level cap to the other players. So if I have a level 15 leader, influence, and then your character has a level 42 influence, and you vouch for me, that the conflict interaction now has 57 levels in influence. Now you won't know. You and I both won't know what the fulcrum facet is until after you vouch. So once you vouch, you removed yourself from the ability to vote on the fulcrum facet, and that's subject to the other people that are not participating in the conflict interaction, and there should usually be at least 4 that aren't participating in the conflict interaction. So the fulcrum facet is the most votes. If all 4 of them vote for different facets, they'll just pick one at random from those 4, and the other 3 are called sideline facets. The runners-up are always called sideline facets because when you win the conflict interaction, you now pick a level. You now pick a sideline facet to add 1 level to. Every time you win, you add a level to the sideline facet. So that's how we level up these character branches. This will actually add up pretty quick, but you'll want to take your character on multiple seasons if you're going to try to level somebody out. Like I said, it's probably take about 10 to 15 seasons. For players and coaches, it might move a little quicker just because they're going to be more frequently used in conflict interactions. But there you go. Here's my lens face chart. Full name: Kimani Wallace David Okearah, ecosystem professional, subclass media professional. I was a media producer and photojournalist for Hardcastle.net, a BSPN site dedicated to the Sacramento Majesty. Age in chapter 22/23 years old. Date of birth September 30th, 1989. Modern country of origin United States. Nickname Lensface, earned in 2016. Driven by bathos storytelling. Professional goal of shooting the playoffs and Olympics. Haven't done either of those things. Alignment contrarian neutral. Height 6 foot, 1.8288 meters. Weight 185 pounds, probably 195. And back then, yeah, 185 is probably a little heavy for me back then. Favorite food is sushi. Favorite color is sky blue, lime green, and fire truck red. Favorite animal is the sea otter. Fashion sense is forest punk. I've lived or had my piece of trivia is I've lived or had significant stays in 10 different countries. At 33, that's less impressive than it was 5 years ago. But I'm still very appreciative of my life as it's come together so far. Has a fear of my own health issues. Yeah. Unusual hobby. Writes a lot of raps nobody will ever hear. True. Pop culture interest. Punk rock. Team collaboration. Video games. Pro basketball. Linguistics. And cinema crafting. Love interest. Various throughout time. Aww. So romantic. Other professional interest. I eventually become a cognitive linguist focused on research and tooling in 2017. Honestly, I've done this already. I'm not going to go back through all of my conflict interactions, but what I should do is go through every episode of Lensface and give myself 5 levels in each facet per episode, and then that way I level up really quickly. There's 118 episodes of Lensface. So there you go. Register your character. You fill out the form on Discord or it's the same exact thing. You can copy paste or you can copy and paste, blank out the answers and put it into ChatGPT and ask it to fill it out for you. Tell it to be funny and create plausible fiction in a professional sports environment. That's a really fun thing, and then you just plug yourself in. Now, once you're in a lore chapter, you're not glued to any one of these story beats. So if you start off in the Fry Cooks of Boston, go on a 2-month strike, and then in the next lore party you move to another beat, great. Diversify. Get yourself involved in as many different things as possible. You know, everybody wants to affect the wins and losses of the team, but we already know who. It's a little bit anticlimactic, but not really, because if you want to play fantasy basketball, you can go play fantasy basketball. That exists. We're not playing fantasy basketball. We're explaining these results in a sports documentary. So the Boston Potatoes lose to the Pittsburgh Gridlock in the 1939 East Side freshman round. And I've already planted some story cement because I'm the lore master for the potatoes, but they barely made the playoffs. They lose to the Pittsburgh Gridlock in the freshman round because assistant coach Aaron Kellogg ruined a crucial game with a bad song at halftime, uninspiring the team. We do 9-game series in our playoffs, so it was actually a Game 8 halftime song that uninspired the team and caused us to lose in the freshman round in a squeak series. So if you're lost already, you got to join the lore game so you can learn the lingo. Get up to speed on Battle Hoop in the Basketball Syndicate of America. So all of it, everything I'm saying is explained on the wiki. You just have to read it and try to understand it. Number one thing is get you your salmon wallet. Step 1. Step 2 is buy the meme. You go connect wallet, hit wallet connect, and then you'll scan your QR code of the wallet, connect compatible wallet. You can also use MetaMask or Coinbase Wallet. I use Coinbase Wallet for my person just because I love the security factors. Salmon Wallet we are working with on a showbiz level because these guys are have literally like been so receptive and wonderful in working on show business specific security features, and you can see a lot of them here. Actually, I don't see any of them here. Never mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the custom portfolio. Yep, Showbiz portfolio coming soon on Salmon Wallet. And this is also why I like it. It's all in one, so you don't have to. I wonder. It's usually on here. Okay. I want to go to help and support. Okay. Well, all right. Anyway, I love it. I love Salmon Wallet. As soon as I close the tab, I got to log back in. Now, I do have a password saved on here because I don't use that wallet for anything. That's just a demonstration for you guys. But, traditionally speaking, don't save. Like, keep in mind, this is a, it's a safe. So you don't want anybody to have access to it. So you wouldn't leave the password for your safe on the safe, right? Unless it's Ready Player One. Don't do the same. It's the same thing here. Just pick a password you're comfortable with. The password is browser and device specific. So even if I had your same seed phrase and I wanted to go on my device, I'd have to have a new password. I'm getting tired, so I'm going to wrap this up. salmonwallet.io. The quickest and easiest thing to do after that is send me money via PayPal, paypal.me/thecomonsta. I'll put it in the chat here. And then let's do a quick pricing review and see how much these bad boys are. Okay. So this is one for an ecosystem professional or a notable fan. An ecosystem professional is this sort of character. They have their profession, their alignment, the platform they work for, a drive, a professional goal, and then whatever lore chapter they're registered in. And then the notable fan has a fan rating, a wealth rating, or a wealth tier, a fan tier and a wealth tier, an alignment, and then 2 fan commitments. This guy is awesome. A harmonious, good astronomer. Oh, look at her. Cool. A harmonious, good astronomer who buys all the drinks and sits too close to others. Stop. Go put her in a sports documentary and make some memes, okay? By the way, you don't have to look like these folks. We have ways you can make memes, no matter what you look like, as whoever. And this is where it gets super fun, I think, and hopefully challenges some of our conventions about and how we got here in terms of how sensitive we all are to what we're doing, and how we live. What, did I skip right by it? Is this? Yeah, okay. A lore meme is a video clip discovered for the Press Pass Season 1 archive. Submissions must be 7 seconds or less. You must own and maintain at least one edition of the version 1 or version 2 collectible in Press Pass Season 1 to qualify. The version 1 allows ecosystem professionals and notable fans. If you're doing it through PayPal, let's call it $30, okay? $30 to PayPal. And make sure you have your Salmon Wallet address. You'll receive the collectible, and then you'll have your character registered on the official canon. You see here, I'm registered as the lore producer for my guy Aaron Pooh Kellogg. When I click on my name, it'll actually literally take everybody directly to my property. This is my account. This is my property. This is the IP. This is me. It's literally me. It can't be anybody else. So you're putting yourself in the same exact trackable position in the intellectual property by doing so. You feel me? The same exact position. So that means when you go, your meme goes and sells all 1,000 editions, and you sold it for $10 a piece. That just made you $5,000. How do we send you $5,000? It goes here. It goes to your Salmon Wallet. And then you send that to PayPal. There's going to be a little bit of slippage and transfers and fees and all that stuff when you want to receive the funds and cash out immediately. And I encourage folks to get their life right first and then play the long game, the investment game, the holdings game, and all of that. I say that as I've been fighting for this product for 2 years, and I am in a storage unit above a garage on my foster parents' property because my hands fell off for almost, I'm just now getting out of that. They fell off I moved into an apartment that had rats in the walls of the building, and because of my digestive system, I'm already immunocompromised. So the rat filth triggered dyshydrotic eczema in my hands, and then we forced that property management company to rehome us, but I'd already got that the damage had been done. My immune system had been triggered. They rehomed us into a mold-infested apartment, where they had us for 2 years. Then they tried it was this whole mess. But I lost years and years and years of labor and effectiveness with my hands, and I still got this product out for you guys. I still got this thing out, somewhat semblance. And I'm at wit's end. I at this point, I want to have a good time when it's done. And having a good time when it's done is very important to me. And continuing to do this build by myself in poverty without having people support this means that I'm not going to have fun. Because I'm building a red carpet for other people to walk into and have a good time. That's not what this product is. The market was designed that way against us. We were so early, it was designed that way against us. I don't want to get involved in that, but yeah, I see a space I kind of want to hop into, resolving Web3 conflict. Let's recap real quick. Step 1, salmonwallet.io. Sign up. Make sure your seed phrase is literally written down. Memorize it if you have to. Access web wallet. Create new. Record your seed phrase. Screenshot it. Put it in a draft email of an old account that nobody has access to, and literally write it down. It's your safe combination. Then select whether you want to be a notable fan or an ecosystem professional for $17, or you can claim a coach. This is Aida Josefina Osorio. Okay, performative good, assistant coach from Stansted, Canada, and she developed a passion for sports at a young age. I should give this one to what's his name? XQC? He's Canadian, right? So you grab a version 2 collectible to buy a character or a coach or a player character. They're more expensive and there's far less of them. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a hack here, okay? There's only 916 coach characters and player coach characters, and we have this many. Yeah, we have, most of the players are going to be running multiple seasons. I would anticipate around 4,000 player positions over 73 years, and probably about 1,500 coach positions over 17 years. Only 916 tickets, so how do you fit 5,000 players and coaches in there? Guys, go put a kid in today. Role play as like a kid fan. The kids also have to be ages 11 and up. Go role play as a kid fan. Have that fan grow into a professional basketball player. Or you can do this with any young fan. Any young fan can start their career younger, and then you role play them into being a professional basketball player. That's the version 1 hack. It takes a little bit longer. It takes a dedicated story mission, but anybody can be a player or a coach that way. The version 2s guarantee you the player or the coach, but anybody can hack that system because those version 2s will be sold out very shortly, I would imagine. The sooner the better. At this point, I'm down to sell out as many of these dang things as possible. Now, Salmon Wallet, you can go plug your wallet into the interface on here, and you can buy the thing directly. If you're going to buy multiple, use the listings, add them all to your cart, and just type in the amount that you want. So here I have 1. But let's say if I'm going to grab 7, it's $120 for 7. For me, it's the same fee. So it's let's call it a $15 markup if you want me to handle this through PayPal. So if you're going to get 7, do $135 to my PayPal and tell me your wallet address. Tell me that. Let's see what it costs to Lore Master. We got 9 Lore Master positions left of the 12 teams in 1939. There's 9 left that are available. Look at that. $432. Now this, guys, is amazing. It's an amazing offer. This is 5, you and 4 buddies. 5 lore chapters apiece. So that means you're going from 1939 all the way to 1944. That's the entirety of World War II right there. And you guys are role-playing as ecosystem professionals or basketball fans in a sports documentary super lore back in the early 40s. You, as property owner, have the right to have 5 memes up to 5 minutes in length submitted on your behalf. You're leasing your character, you're leasing your tickets out to your friends. They're playing for free. So they use your ticket, they create a character, they create a meme. That meme it goes into, maybe that meme gets used in an episode. We will never use all 5 minutes, but we might use 30 seconds of your meme in an episode. You get 35% of that use bounty issuance. They get 65%. Same thing on ad bounties. Same thing when we offer that meme as a merchandise collectible. So if you make a meme, 5-minute scene, it's called a lore scene, because I know good and damn well when filmmakers catch on to this, y'all are going to be taking this the most serious. It's literally a micro series in the official show. What? What? It's a micro series in the official show. 25 episodes. You can do a lot with 25 5-minute episodes. Trust, you can spin a tale. Okay? We'll make sure that you're plugged into the streaming revenues in case, like, say, Moist Critical decides he's going to watch that 25 micro episode series with his viewers. That's 120. That's a film. That's a film. You just did a film. That's 125 minutes. That's a movie. You're buying the rights to do a movie in this ecosystem. Now, you can't package it as a movie. They have to be packaged as individual 5-minute units, and they'll be available directly on the Top Brass Style Marketplace. That's how you view them. Everybody can view them. There's no restrictions, nothing like that. Each of those will be sold with 1,000 editions. So if you're a serious filmmaker, say, you know what, I love this. I'm gonna do this, and me and my little crew, we're gonna make 5 characters. We're gonna make a series about these 5 characters and the lore of one of these teams, and then we're gonna put our episodes up, 25 5-minute up. We're gonna use all 5 minutes. We love a format, and we're gonna sell them each for $1,500. You damn right you're going to. The ones that you specifically make, if they're completely original footage, you keep 50% of the intake, baby. How much money is that? How much money we talking about for $1,500 memes at 50% of the intake? Selling out. Okay, that's right here. 1,500. Oops, let me make sure that this is... You know, let me color code this a little bit better. There we go. So there's the price matrix here. I just tried to color code that. $1,500, right? For one of your scenes. Now, you never know. I don't think 1,000 editions of $1,500 content would sell. But we're building this market together. So if you're like a big name, like if you're like Logan Paul, maybe you do have 1,000 fans that'll spend $1,500 to get that scene in their collection. That they own that piece of content from the lore, and it's something that you did. So what does that look like? If it's original work, you just made $750K. Wait, what did you spend to get in the ecosystem for? Stop it. Guys, that's off one meme. One of them. One of the 25. Let's say that you're so here's the situation if it's derivative. Do these all go into that? I see. Okay, so that's the calculator trigger. I'm going to trigger it over here actually. No. Damn it. Oh, I see. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, whatever. I need to take better notes sometimes because I do these spreadsheets and then sometimes I get lost in the correlations. Okay, let's say that you and your buddies do the 25 5-minute episodes, and each episode, let's just be real, has a team of labor involved and is derivative of performances, maybe some music, your crew work, and then any art that you're using. Okay, so in that case, those sources share 525,000. If you sold out all 1,000 editions of this $1,500 meme, those sources would share that much money, and then you're at 225. So it's a clean split. It's always 35 to you, the property owner, and 65 to the sponsored, and then it's the same relationship in the value received from the actual merchandise sales, where you get 35% of the value, and the sources of derivation get 65% of the value. There's always a charity component coming out of the Let Me Out production side, and then we're always at 45%. So that's the income stream for Press Pass Season 1. Not for me, goodness gracious. My salary is nice. It's going to be the most money I've made in my career. But it's capped at 178 as showrunner, which is not a lot for a showrunner. But I'm first time showrunner, and I basically that's community money. So I took a salary that I made sure to budget a salary that was going to stabilize and platform my life, but not something that's going to cripple our ability to get the work done or hurt our ability to hire even just a couple more people. You know, if I took a standard showrunner salary, that's 3 jobs that are just gone, life-changing incomes that are gone for people. And it's like, why do I need a high salary as showrunner when I own 30% of season 1? So that means 30% of net profit after wrap is flowing to me as the original creator. In the brand, because I mentioned it earlier, the brand, it's only 3.6% of the net profit of the brand that flows to me as the founder. I have a 23.6% hold, but 20% is going to the sustaining the Top Brass DAO and various charity initiatives that we have built into the platform, including a 4% split to getting people directly off the street via direct impact housing, meaning that we will use that money directly to buy old commercial blight, convert that commercial blight into dignified living centers, and then literally have social workers and public health officials, public health workers go around and get people off the street, get them a salmon wallet, like we're saying. They enter one of these dignified living centers, full freedom, come and go, etc. They'll have 24 hours support staff, rehab facilities, all of that. And to live there, they have to participate in whatever ecosystem that the building decides they want to do. And the chain code thing that they have here isn't like Bad Batch, where like everybody in the universe knows it. Like people only know it's your address if you tell them it's your address. Like the one I have in chat, you guys know that's mine because I told you. But if you didn't know that that's me, then you have no idea. And then same thing in our ecosystem. You can completely participate anonymously. The wallet address on chat here doesn't have to. Nobody has to know that that's you. We do for KY because we're in America, and anytime we're paying anybody, it's good. We have to know who the money is going to, even if it's in crypto, because we have laws against using art for money laundering. It's really that simple. So we're not trying to violate any laws, and I actually agree with those laws. So I think if you're receiving financial value and we're in the United States, we're going to obey the U.S. laws regarding issuing financial value for labor. In this case, it's labor that you're creating yourself. It's not going to feel like labor because you do all this stuff anyway. And once you film your meme, that meme is in a pretty incredible market position, okay? Here's the 3: episode use, ad use, and then merchandise. The episode use and ad use are super conditional. Maybe 1% of the memes made will be used in episodes, and maybe about 10 to 15% of the memes made will be used in ads. The rest of all of them, whether they're used in an episode or ad or not, all of them will be available on the marketplace to view like this and buy at 1,000 editions apiece. And you'll keep 15% if your work's derived from other people, and then 50% if it's just you and the meme. So you could make 1,000 editions, sell them for $5 a piece, much higher chance of selling that out. And you made yourself 25. If you were derived from other people, you made yourself $750. If you're truly original, you made yourself $2,500. All right, you can see on the stream here that this just keeps going down as you increase the price of the meme. $50 memes make you $25,000 on sellout. How much is one ticket? $18. How much is the lore wrangler position? $120. Let's add $15 for the gas fee. So how much is one ticket? $32. How much is the lore master position? $135. How much is the lore? Sorry, that was lore wrangler. Lore wrangler position is $135. How much is the lore master position? That's $450 to buy a micro series in the press pass lore. Let's get you hyped on some of the teams. It's taking too long. Oh wait, isn't this it? Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the teams. We have 3,000 people that are going to be role playing the first year. It's a little over 3,000 people. Here's the 12 teams we have to choose from, everybody. The Allentown Oats, the Boston Potatoes, the Columbus Dutch, the Manhattan Pantaloons, the Pittsburgh Gridlock, the Yonkers Highness. That's the east side. The west side, we got the Calgary Mounted Elbow, the Chicago Red Beans, the Los Angeles Wet Fountains, the Minnesota Menace, the Nashville Whiskers, and the San Francisco Buoys. There is some good phonetic diversity in all these teams. Wow. Allentown Oats, Boston Potatoes, Columbus Dutch, Manhattan Pantaloons, the Pittsburgh Gridlock, the Yonkers Highness, the Calgary Mounted Elbow. Yeah, we do have really good phonetic diversity. Wet Fountains and Whiskers start with the same thing. Menace and Mounted Elbow. And then Pantaloons and Potatoes. No, don't create stuff. Boston Potatoes. There's their logo. I know you guys are wondering, so here you go. Calgary Mounted Elbow. This is the team I'm putting Hassan Piker on and all my former TYT people. To Hassan, if you end up watching this at all, I doubt you will. I am not on your radar, and I should not be. Don't appreciate the ban in December 2022. Definitely don't appreciate the Nepo Baby stream after that, dude. I am in an attic with a morbid disability, and nobody's buying my characters to help support the socialism aspect of the show. Because Season 1 of Press Pass is a puzzle, we do 10% of the audience, and until we get the go-ahead from securities regulators, we can't do a direct net profit issuance across from each puzzle piece because they say that that's forming an investment contract. I say that by buying a piece and showing up to the lore game at all, that's labor, and you should be reflected with net profit across from equity. So let us figure that out, but that's my opinion on it. So, yeah. You guys like I love this freaking logo. The Calgary Mounted Elbow. It's so cool. I'm going to upload that team soon. Nashville Whiskers. Oh, we got Basketball Gods. That's Aquarius from the San Francisco Buoys. That's Aries of the Pittsburgh Gridlock. Here's the Pittsburgh Gridlock logo. Hell yeah. There's Libra from the Allentown Oats. I'm a Libra myself. And I think I've disliked the Oats of all the teams so far through my own preliminary work. I feel like the Oats have gotten sort of a bad rap. So I put Libra in that team as their basketball god because Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, and the Allentown Oats eventually become the Philadelphia Salt Oats. There's Virgo, the basketball god of the Wet Fountains. By the way, all of these images are generated from the exact prompts that you guys have access to here. So if you want to see what the prompt is, on Perchance, there's there's an edit button up here, up in the corner. You can hit edit. Just hit the wrap button. You can literally see my prompt right here. So, using only precisely white, pastel color, and black, create a sepia tone, cyberpunk, globally diverse, vaporwave, Theodore Jericho style, full body and face portrait of one individual basketball player, painted Renaissance Museum masterpiece, Clarity. Okay, that's the prompt. Theodore Jericho is a long dead early 1700s Renaissance artist, and all of the art that you see on Press Pass is more or less like what the AI thinks is his style. And I think that's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. So, Yeah, there's Iggy Oggy. I think I might actually use that picture for Iggy Oggy. That'd be pretty good. Okay. Thank you for watching this, and I encourage you guys to support what I'm doing because it would mean the world to me to make some sales this week. I have another storage unit that I need to pay, and I'm $250 back on that. And I've got another round of bills coming up that's going to be another $250. So if I could make $500, and if you're out there streaming, if you're Charlie or one of Charlie's gang, I think the Moist people would have a blast with this, an absolute blast at meeting together a sports documentary. Find it in your heart. Not even when you like I said, when you say that, you're already lost. So don't find it in your heart. Understand that my labor, this is 7 years of my labor, and it's mostly been unrewarded. And then you add to that the time I actually spent in pro basketball, where I made less than $4,000 the entire time throughout a decade. So my labor's been heavily exploited by these major ecosystems my whole career, and I've barely gotten a bite to eat. I think that's relevant to everybody. This system is something different. When you buy one of these pieces, you're sponsoring 0.00038% net profit to one of the people that worked on the show. And every single piece that you buy does that exact same sponsorship. Our lead performer, if he's still down to do it after these 2 years, he hasn't told me otherwise, his name's Luke Baratz of Baratz and Beretta. Sharing the feature with him in the main season is Johnny Taylor Jr., a local comedian here out of Sacramento. We have a newcomer to the industry, Wise Thinker, who's playing Kelly Church. And we have a newcomer to the industry named Malik Brevard, who is playing the Jamario Guerrero, our prime athlete in season 1. We're still looking for the younger version of me. The guy in the meme's not going to be playing me. But we're still looking for a younger version of me. And then... honestly, the unions are all up in airs right now, and I think everybody knows what I'm doing. So really, our target for the last feature role member is Heather Matarazzo, who is SAG, but she would be a great anchor to this show, along with Luke Baratz and Johnny Taylor and Kelly and Wise and Malik. So I'm really excited to see this come to life, see it finally be supported. I think we're almost there, guys. Hollywood had to swallow that 20% hard. And I know that I'm being suppressed, I think, and a lot. I don't think it's too crazy to say this because I was at good, healthy impressions online before I started doing all this. And then about 3 months into me being public with it, the impressions hit a wall, and now I'm like at less than 100, even though I pay for Twitter. I pay for Twitter Blue to try to get out of that hole. And now that's like a class thing. So, anyway. How much is it to be an advanced lore master? Buy 250 of them, please. That's 25 people, 25 characters with 10 seasons apiece. That's a great content stream. Yeah, that's 250 5-minute memes if you wanted to go 5 minutes, but I think at that point, guys, I mean, you could do that, and the thing is, this is a long-running situation, so if you think that you're going to do a 5-minute scene every 2 weeks in collaboration with your 25-person crew of characters, that's the hold, because you're definitely going to clean up when you release. When we release memes, we would really prefer that people go to the marketplace to watch them. We don't mind if you stream them and you're, same as I'm doing here. If it's part of your larger content stream, that's perfect. But I think clipping those out and putting them out separate from the marketplace hurts our collaborators. I think by driving people to those marketplaces, more of them will inherently get sold because I'll tell you what, if I got some money in my crypto wallet and I'm watching somebody's meme and they're charging $5 for it and I laughed, yeah, I'll buy it. I'm gonna buy it. Digital collectibles are awesome. Okay, so I do come from synthesizing the Star Wars background, given my Vader blood and all that. So just imagine this sort of system in a Star Wars style property, something like that. So did I. Now, I don't own Star Wars, and I'm not even a big enough fan, I think, to have any creative control there at all, ever. Like, I don't know what I would do. So, yeah. I would just let the fans buy characters in the lore, and then lore game up the Star Wars future. That's honestly probably what they should do. Yeah? Yeah, I think that's what they should do. Pick it up from where it's at right now, wherever they got going on in the next few years of the lore, and then let the fans take over. I think that's what they should do. I mean, we can do the same thing. Create Star Wars style memes with community quality control. Let's see what it costs to be a press pass elder. It's 500 memes. Wait, is it 500? No, yeah, it's 500 memes. Okay. 5,000. Okay, let's talk about co-producing the show. Charlie! Send me 91 ETH, man! That's phase 0.1. Off the ground. That's my team of 5 people. 5 people building actual interface. Where it's not ran by one disabled broke person that the market is forcing to just guinea pig this idea instead of supporting. I'll never understand that. I mean, I do. It's a dirty market. Dirty market. Dirty market. But it's okay. We'll be fine. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go see if there's some food. All right. Thank you for checking us out. And for the big money, this is the move here. 53,091. That's the move. 53,091. Right there. Okay? You're an executive producer of the show. This is a $1.5 million market position. At full valuation, at least, it's probably 1.8 million now. And you can see it's half off. Now, we're only spending $122,000 in the first 2 months, regardless of how much money we get, because that's how it's phased to build. And we're sticking to that phased build plan no matter what, because that's how the quality of the experience builds. So even if we hit a flood today and I had a bunch of characters get on Discord, I have to hire a couple people, probably from the community, to be honest with you, and have the through the top brass down. In fact, we already have that built in. Where is it? It's already here. Project Development Guild. Okay, so we literally have a bounty already posted to help people to $650 bounty for every time you help with the wiki for I believe it's like a certain amount of pages per block. I think it's like 25 pages per block. And all the pages, we want them to be exact same format, exact same everything we're going through. And then you guys can determine how to make this wiki as efficient as possible. Okay? So, okay, 122,000 withdrawn from our holdings once we get to that number of volume. And over 20 grand of that is these sorts of bounties to help us build. So people can literally get to work right away and collaborating on the interface and the build. Okay, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there. I'm tired. My disability gets the most of me when I'm talking for a long time. And thank you. Seize the memes of production. Sponsors socialism in showbiz. Full breakdown on the puzzle. 5,309,160 pieces. 10%. 530916 are available to community. There's 2 different versions. 530,000 of them register ecosystem professionals and notable fans, and players and coaches if you do it correctly, if you lore it up. The 916 version 2s are the fast track tickets to coaches and players. All of the coaches and players in 1939 are already made up, so we're not doing character creation in that avenue for back then. but you can claim them. And it's the same thing as claiming an original fighter from Killer Instinct as like your character that you control the lore of. Think of it in that dynamic. It's really cool. Really like claiming a Rugrat. You know, it's like, it's so cool. Above all else, know that you deserve to exist. I'm glad you exist. We exist, therefore we deserve to exist. I've been struggling with that because the value of my labor has been so thoroughly diminished because the number one transaction of the day is social dominance. And this is my labor. Everything you see is my labor. And so when I submit my labor to the market, people's number 1, 2, 3, 4th, and 5th reactions have been violence. I'll never understand that because I thought Black Lives Matter. I thought, you know, I'm out here with a morbid disability and I'm asking for people to value my labor in the way that it's designed and stated to have value. And it's okay. If you don't agree with that, that's okay. But I can't believe that this society has chosen to demonize blockchain use. For what? What did that get anybody from demonizing blockchain use? You weren't right about the environment thing. That was bullshit from day one. Just so you could dunk on people like Logan Paul? Great. You can do that anyway. You don't need blockchain to dunk on Logan Paul. Dude's an idiot. Successful business person, but he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? He does idiotic things. One of those things that wouldn't be idiotic is if he co-produced or executive produced Press Pass. I've been on the shelf for over 2 years now. My team is barely holding on. I'm in the depths of poverty. I'm in a storage unit in an attic right now, folks. From a health issue. I've been trying to platform myself out of that health issue for over 2 years. I was stuck in a slum with mold eating my hands alive. And people needed to feel better than blockchain. I am literally dying from this. If I don't get acupuncture, I could get sepsis or if I could get sepsis off a bad step, let's be real. My descending colon is about as narrow as a pencil, and that means it could twist. There's a lot of things that can happen there. All because I was born on crack. I was born poisoned by the government. But see, I'm a person that you guys use. You use me. You use me to seem like you're a good person, but then when it actually comes to brass tacks, when you're actually asked to put $20 where your mouth is, how many people have we found that did that? That's actually quite significant. 111 people. Or at least 111 memes have been sold by... This is Ben, huh? Okay, y'all. If you're out there like me, just hang in there. I fight every day. I fight every day to hang in there. So just, you deserve to exist.